It's not like get there, then you win life. Now, today's topic, we are going to talk about financial freedom because financial freedom means that you have less stress in a lot of ways because bills kind of can get settled. So today, Casper, let's hear your point of view on what do you intend to do for financial freedom. What's your interpretation of it?
My interpretation of financial freedom is not having to worry about money that much.
Mm.
So that really is a freedom. When you reach a stage of financial freedom, you are actually free to do whatever you want with your time instead of just working and working.
Good.
So one way that I'm preparing for financial freedom is to really work harder when I'm young.
I think working hard is very important. Then maybe the second part also is controlling expenses, which means if you earn a lot but then you spend a lot, then there's no chance you can save up, correct? There's no way
Yes,
you can
correct.
build towards financial freedom.
Yes.
So are your parents financially free? What is it like?
No, they are not financially free. And actually, I grew up in not a very financially savvy family where
Mm,
they
mm,
when I as I grow up, I realized that there are a lot of mistakes that my parents make.
mm.
And sometimes you won't even know that what you are doing is wrong because no one teaches you about money.
Okay, so they spend on the wrong things,
Yes,
in
correct.
your
And like
opinion.
maybe like when they make purchases, they don't really think through the whole process of it.
Oh, true, true.
Yes.
I think these are little things that if you don't have a good awareness of your expenses or you give in to impulse buying, you don't understand the value of products, then you set yourself up this hill of difficulty towards financial freedom, which means you might need to work longer, leh. Correct.
Yes. Yes,
So
correct.
I think let's also address, is there a difference between financial freedom and retirement in your opinion?
Retirement is age where you cannot work anymore in your maybe
Hmm.
like when you're in your 60s, 70s.
Okay.
But I think for financial freedom, there is no cap or like there is no age that you must fulfill, unlike your retirement.
I think maybe the context can be drawn also. Like financial freedom means you can actually still work, right? Still got energy to work.
Yes.
But it's the stress of having your bills paid off by passive income. That is one way to look at things. Your passive income can settle your bills, then you're working because you have that passion, because you have that ambition.
Yes. Correct.
Correct. Then retirement is like, you can start taking out CPF. Lah. So retirement in Singapore is usually 60 plus, that's true. And in a lot of ways, maybe I can share also that CPF, full retirement sum, actually means that with that amount, it's going to transfer to CPF Life, which government kind of measures is going to cover basic needs. So that's a big picture of full retirement sum. Have that in your CPF, and 65 onwards, your basic needs can be settled.
Can you withdraw that on a monthly basis?
Yes, they'll start paying you out when you reach 65. That's under CPF Life.
Ah, I see.
So that money, right, be it 1,005, 1,008, is actually measured be close to basic living needs. So in retirement, if you have enough in CPF, then at least that'll be your first funnel. But I'm sure you don't retire only at 65, correct?
Yes, correct.
Any
What about
targeted age?
yourself?
Yeah, for myself, I think if I cut back on expenses, it's actually possibly I can define myself as financially free already. But again, context different because
You
kids
got
have,
kids,
yes,
yes.
correct. I have kids, young kids some more. So I can't really project too far on how much they need in tuition costs, correct? You charge on tuition fees.
Yes, correct.
It's
Yes.
expensive, right?
Yes.
So I expect expenses to step up, which means maybe I still need to bulk up a lot more in terms of net wealth to be able to feed the family.
Ah,
But
I see.
also, in terms of financial freedom, I guess everybody has a different background. Lah. So if I had, parents that I need to help in terms of their finances, then not so easy also. So it's not a you get there, you are successful. It's not the case. Different people have different starting points. Maybe what we can
Yes.
encourage is everybody do your best. You understand the concept, you take your path that gets you there at the smoothest way or the fastest way.
Yes, totally agree with this.
Then for singles, maybe I can also share. I have friends who are earning well. Then without dependence, I'm very sure they're already financially free at my age of 37. So one thing that I can share also, maybe build a career build a career path well, expenses control them, invest well. Then the main thing is get to financial freedom at your right pace. It's not like get there then you win life kind of thing, but get keep that direction in focus and get to there at your own pace. Maybe we can also share some numbers as to what can be defined as financially free, correct?
Yes, I think 25 times of your annual expenses is a
Yes.
good gauge.
So maybe let's share what we measure out in terms of financial freedom. So if your expenses are 2,500 a month, that means it's 30K per year, correct?
Yes.
Then, as you mentioned, 25 times of annual income. That means if you have 750,000 invested, then you're more or less in the financially free zone. Then, on the other hand, if your expenses are slightly higher, 3,000 a month, then what you need to have or what you need to aim for is about $1 million in terms of your financial freedom pot that's being invested. So that's a number to keep in mind. And if you have any questions, leave them with us, and we'll see you in a future episode.